So here we're in Clovis, California, and we did some demo here. With previous video, or part of the previous video that we took, showed the existing plumbing in here, and they wanted to get this recessed wall box in, and then this old valve that was up here, the wall mount valve. They just wanted to get the waters down there so they can put a regular faucet in once they get this area buttoned up. So, scope of our work right here, we tied into the hot and cold waters right here. You can see right there a female adapter to the U-Ponner piping, and then over here this is the cold water, and we just spun it down, put an adapter right there, the U-Ponner adapter. So you've got it tied back in. Cold water goes down, ties in. Hot water goes in and goes down and ties back in right here. We did put a little bit of insulation right here because this line is touching the pipe here, and then also when you get down to here, there's a little bit of touching right there, as well as sitting up against this wall. You can see right there. So what the insulation does is, if there's any movement whatsoever, and typically you don't have any movement with a faucet. The reason being, it's not, when you open it, it's kind of a gradual increase of water flow, so there's no hammer effect. But we did want to get this any movement whatsoever, and that insulation will absorb it. And then this pipe right here it's tight. It's just from here to here. We kind of bent it out a little bit. Reason being is the blocking back here was fun, getting all this in here. Anyways, we didn't want to split this block, so we kind of spun this one. You can see it's kind of spun at an angle instead of straight up and down. The reason why we wanted to get that screw in on the right-hand side, without splitting the block out. So anyways, just kind of a little loop into there. So that's going to be the new laundry tray. They're going to build a cabinet and get that all installed. So those are stubbed out and capped off. They had some valves we could have put on, but this makes for a cleaner hole. If you've got a new cabinet and you're going to drill holes, this comes out cleaner. If the stops are on, you got to drill bigger holes. No big deal, but anyways, we just capped them off. And that was part of our proposal. Didn't show putting stops on here at this point, even though there are some in the other rim. Then over to the washer. New box goes in. So what we did first is just so that we could utilize all of the plumbing here and not run into the vent pipe that runs above. What we did is we got the box mounted. So we had to offset over here to get the waste off to the left. So a couple 45s down here. And then up to the bottom of the box, we got a total of, from here to the box, a total of a 24-inch rise. And that's code on this standpipe. Any higher of a standpipe, and it could backwash that trap dry. And then you get sewer gases back into the home. So anyway, so that's installed. We did go ahead and put a nice 2x4 block back here behind and screwed this block, this box to it. Otherwise, what they give you is these little plastic straps that mount to either side of the stud, but it allows movement in and out of the box. And it's not a real rigid installation. So you can see this guy, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. When you're ready to put it together, this just spins. Let me see. Where does the spin? Hold on. That just comes out. You put your drain hose in there, and it's just a little retainer for right now, so you don't get any debris in there or whatever. And then hot and cold, the quarter-turn ball valves, brand new. Those are U-Ponner adapters right there. This was the existing cold water that tied into, it served the lavatory sink on the bathroom side, and then the riser came up and stubbed out. So what we did is we just took it apart of the T, put the adapter down here, and then went ahead and took this cold water over and up to the cold side. Hot, there's no coupling in here anywhere. Actually, there's a coupling there, but nothing down low. And so we just got a little adapter. It swings all the way around, down and through, and back up to the hot side. So that's tied in. Same thing on this one. We've got the pipe kind of sneaks behind this vent line off of the lavatory sink in the other bathroom. And so there's a chance for movement in there. And the reason being is, it's a little pipe in there. So with a washer, when it comes on, if you get any movement, it'll either hit the wall or hit the pipe and make a banging noise. It could just go bam, 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 or, one. Anyway, so it's insulated. So if you get any movement whatsoever, this is insulating. It won't hit the sheetrock, it won't hit the pipe, and it won't conflict with the cold water line as well, because it's insulated all the way down to here. So anyways, that's all good. It's tied in. As with the other bathroom, which is the other side of this wall, Again, monitor this area. So there's where we screwed the adapter in, so monitor that. There shouldn't be any water that shows up on this piping at all, or down on the plate. This is water, you know, when we took it apart, we got water down there, so that will dry up. Once it's dry, it should stay dry. And then same thing down here, you got a pointing connection right there. Monitor that. Make sure that, you know, this all stays dry. And, you know, the Wurzbo is pretty bulletproof. I mean, when it's installed correctly, you shouldn't have to monitor that for leaks, but anywhere, you want to make sure that it's, you know, that everything stays dry. Same thing over here, a pointing connection right there. Monitor it. Pointing connection there, monitor it. And these are just stubbed out. You know, eventually these caps will come off. You'll get angle stops on here. Check this as well, right there where it's screwed in. These didn't screw in very far into those brass adapters. You can't screw them in very far because you'll split the brass, but just monitor everything. Same thing, once you get your washer hooked back up, just take a peek down here too and make sure that there's no leaking in the waistline. Normally after we put this together, we fill the whole house up with water and test it. Well, we can't do that because everything's live here. All the toilets are online and tubs are online, so there's no way to really water test this. So just make sure that, you know, nothing happened with any of the joints. You know, we're pretty good at gluing stuff together, but again, you know, once that's dry, you see a little stain down there. That's from the water when we cut this tailpiece off of this trap. Just monitor that and make sure that we don't have any water in here. Leave it open as long as you can, and then you know, we'll come back and you know, help you with whatever else you need. You know, I think we're going to move a gas line in here and maybe set some finish. But anyways, for the scope of the work today, we are done.